Writer with AI, especially using Llama.cpp. Now, before we begin, one more time, I keep on forgetting. It's going to take me a while to get this, but I will eventually get it. So let's go to the intro. I have to fix the intro here a little bit. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go. So the intro is how to optimize your writer setup. It's nice. It should be pretty simple to do that. All right. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because as I said multiple times, is that the more you guys subscribe, the more the content will be pushed out. The algorithm push it out to more viewers, and those viewers will come and either whether they request or they share their knowledge. I will be able to share everything with all of you guys. I don't keep any secrets here. I share everything. All right, on to the show. So, in case you didn't watch the previous live stream, what I did was I showed you how to integrate Llama.cpp with LibreOffice Writer. Now, you might be saying, wait a minute, somebody already created a plugin for Llama, and yes, that is. I did not test that plugin out, and I'll explain to you why. I have been testing Llama throughout this year. This entire we're almost in December right now. I've been testing it since January, and what I've found that it's fine, especially in the beginning and everything. It's perfectly fine, but it's slow. So at the end of the day, is that it uses Llama.cpp under the hood. So Llama.cpp is pretty fast. So I don't know what Llama does to slow it down. I'm guessing that all the Python dependencies and stuff somehow do slow it down. It's not optimized, at least at the time of this recording. So I decided to use Llama.cpp. Now, Llama.cpp has Python bindings, and those work perfectly fine. But what I'm doing is technically slower. However, it's a quick, faster way to test things. And then once you're happy, then you can probably do a Python binding. So that's most likely what I'll do in the future. I'm still testing some stuff out. One of the reasons I'm doing that as well is because I have the AMD Instinct MI60 GPU, and Fedora 43 recently upgraded to Fedora 43, which I did. So the problem with that is AMD no longer supports this GPU. So I mean, officially anyway. So there are people who, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is just put back the tensor files, but they're not going to support them. I mean, there'll be no more optimizations and that going to forward. So the problem is you're basically kind of on your own. Now, luckily for me, Fedora, they say they will support obviously in Fedora 43 and Fedora 44. So I've already seen that Fedora 44 is going to come on Rock on 7.1. So I'll be pretty good for that. So meaning that I probably have about a year and a half at least of support, which is fine for me. I should be okay till then. Even after that, I've shown you guys how you can continue using the GPU for a while. All right. So there was nothing wrong with what I was doing earlier today. As I said before, what I was doing earlier today is I basically ran the Python script. In the Python script, I put the prompt, and then what would happen is when this Python script runs, it will then open up a new instance of LibreOffice Writer and paste in the output there. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, as I was saying, if you're writing something like a novel or something, you might want to break things down into chapters or into sections. So splitting it up is probably not a bad way. That's why I showed you guys that. However, if you're writing something maybe like a like a few paragraphs here and there, you might want to basically place the output in a specific area. That's what I'm going to show you today. I was testing this, and if we have time, or if I do remember, I'll show you some really horrible output where the AI completely ignored what I requested and went and did something else. I don't know if I might have deleted that because I was really upset with the output, but because in case you don't know, I was writing a new book called it's based on how you can start a business. The best time to start a business is during a recession. Right now we're in a recession, so the best time to start a business. So I wanted to, obviously when I started my business was 2009, which is 16 years ago. So some of the things that my knowledge, the things I did were polydated. For example, one of the things I did when I started the business is I would go around and put up flyers. And what was the other thing I did? Like I was on Kijiji and Craigslist. They were free back then, completely free. So the thing is, I can't tell you to do the same thing. For example, I'm no longer in Toronto. When I was in Toronto, a little bit after that, Toronto came up with this rule that you're not allowed to, put posters anywhere. You have to put in a specific area where they write them down. And then since that time, Kijiji and Facebook are no longer not Facebook. Kijiji and Craigslist are no longer free for services, right? So that's what I'm trying to say is that I can't tell you to do that when it's no longer, at least in Toronto, it's no longer viable to do that. And most people have actually left Kijiji and Facebook and Craigslist. They moved on, usually Facebook or somewhere else. So what I'm trying to say is that, however, that shouldn't discourage you from starting a business during the recession. Anyway, back to the tutorial here. I'll show you the output. It was really bad output. However, this works fine. So this is my system. In case you don't know, I'm running Linux, Fedora 43. I'm using Wayland desktop. I have a Ryzen 5 5600 GT. So the G is for integrated graphics. So that's what I use for the displays. Like you guys can see the screen right here, for example. This dedicated one doesn't come with display. I can't plug displays into it. So that one is strictly just for AI and video work. The RAM I have is 32 gigs. However, I don't really get to use the entire 32 gigs because of the integrated graphics reserves 4 gigs of that, so it drops down to 28. And then there's something called ZRAM. It's like a swap, so that takes another 4 gig, then it compresses it down to 8 gig. Anyway, so that's another 4 gigs gone. So you might say, oh, you have 24. Not quite, because I'm running applications. For example, I'm running these web browsers you can see here. I have this text editor, I have this file manager, I'm using OBS and FFmpeg for by the way, I'm multi-streaming to YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. So what I'm saying is you have some RAM, and you should also leave a little, so let's say the real usable one is probably somewhere between 21 and 23 gigs. So why that's important is when you get a model, even if the model can technically fit in 32 gigs, it officially fits in 32 gigs of RAM, as I said, because of that, I don't really get the 32 gigs, so that's why I'm saying that I have to pick a smaller model. That's why I decided to get rid of the quantized 6K and get the 4KM. It's much faster. And another thing is you can also go check from the manufacturer's website what your GPU supports. So for example, for mine, this GPU here, which I bought used off eBay, it supports FP64, FP32, FP16, and Q8.0. So FP stands for floating point, and obviously Q8, that's the integer one, that's the fastest one. So you might say, why don't you just go for Q8? Well, I can go for a smaller model like the Q4. M stands for medium, and even though it's not supported on the GPU, it will be so fast that it won't make a difference. In fact, you guys saw me do some tests, and what we found out is the Q8 is the fastest one, but coming up pretty close behind was like the Q4. So the Q4 is much faster than the FP16. So if you're doing model images, video, and stuff like that, yes, the quality won't be as good, but I'm saying is sometimes a little bit of quality degradation is better, is okay, because the speed will be fine. For example, especially when you're generating images and videos, they don't need to be perfect, so that is perfectly okay. So we're going to use LibreOffice. You should have one of the latest versions. I don't even remember what version I have. I'll check it out. And obviously I have Llama.cpp. This comes from the Fedora 43. The Fedora is pretty good with running some of the latest software, so I don't have a problem with that. You should have a Python at least 10. I would recommend at least 12 plus, but 10 is fine to work in Python 3.10. I have 3.14, and if you want to use Python, as I said, you can go ahead. but you can just use it using without the Python bindings. So you don't. The reason I use Python here is just so is to communicate with the the sockets. You can do that in, say, another programming language with Node.js. You could do it in PHP, etc. But there's specific Python bindings if you want to use those as well. And then basically the first thing you always need to do, you need to start the socket. So in this particular case, I'm going to be listening on port 2002. And if you have a firewall installed, make sure you open up port 2002. Otherwise, this will not work. For me, I'm obviously on. I live in a rural area, and so I don't need to, I don't need to be that strict because nobody's gonna be here. Okay, so but I'm saying is that I still do take precautions as well. So and you should as well, because you never know what's going on. Okay, and then after that, you just start the Llama server, and you make sure you start at the port. In this case, will be port 2002, and then the Python script to connect. And after that, you're good to go. All you do is just the prompt and everything is inside the Python script. So all you do when you run that, it will open LibreOffice and put the code in there. So that's a quick summary of what we did earlier today. Now, as you can see, the results came up here every time it opened up a new window, and then it just outputted onto your LibreOffice Writer. So I'm not going to go through all that. And this was the live stream that we did earlier today. Now, this live stream we're doing right now is right here. So if I hit play here, and just output it on. As you can see, it's live right now. So I'm going to go down, because we're going to do something a little bit different than what we did earlier today. Maybe I'll leave it. No, I'm not going to do the same results. We're going to, let's do the same results to see what's going on here. So let's leave it right there. Okay. Now, before we begin, I'm going to quickly take a look to make sure the live streams are working fine. Sometimes some weird things do happen. Okay, it looks like I need to refresh BitChute here. Okay, perfect. And okay, looks like I might need to refresh Rumble. YouTube should be good. Yep, YouTube is good. Let me grab a sip of water. Thanks everybody joining the live chat. And the live stream. Okay, so let's get started now. Even though this model is very fast, I don't want to take any chances. So what I'm going to do is I am going to start up my cooler, the cooler control. Unfortunately, I still need to start it as a super user, or you need admin permissions to do that. Okay, so it started. Okay, so I'm going to tear off one of these tabs so we can take a look at it. You don't need to know this part here. So yeah, so basically we can monitor the temperatures. This is the dedicated GPU. This is the integrated GPU. So I'm just going to was it collapse? Yeah, collapse that one. Same with the Wi-Fi card. And all I care about is a fan, system fan 2 here. I always, why is this thing not, okay, there we go. I found 50% is pretty good just in case something goes on. So right now on idle, it's running just below 3000 RPMs. It's quiet enough, and it's about 42 degrees Celsius, which is perfectly fine. So all I do is just hit apply if I notice the temperature is going up too high. I don't use a fan profile because I said the temperatures just shoot right up. So I want to be able to fine control it here so I don't have any issues. Okay, so that's our cooler. That's for the GPU. Next, I showed you guys this code. This is the code that we ran earlier today. So I'll just take a quick look. I'll show you guys again just in case some of you missed the earlier tutorial. So I'm going to open up our text editor here, and I'll paste it in here. Okay, good. So I'm gonna, you see, it's only 58 lines here. It's pretty small. It's a pretty small. See, it basically, I just use Uno. That's the one that we need to start up. That's the sockets and the requests and JSON. And again, we just the local context here. You see the Uno socket, localhost 2002. And then after that, all we do is we load, and you can see the prompt here. The predict, we set it to 512. The temperature set it to 0.7. And you see the URL here, localhost colon 8080, the completion. And I'll show you all that stuff later. And then after that, we have the try exception here. If we don't get a JSON, if we do get a JSON, sorry, we strip out. All we care about is the content part. And then for the main function, we obviously connect to LibreOffice. We get the prompt. So the prompt you have to for this particular one I did earlier today, you have to write the prompt, and then what will happen? It will generate the text running this particular method. And then after that, that's it. We just it will open up an instance of LibreOffice Writer and just dump the text in there. That's all it did. Nice and simple code. Now, I said we're going to do something different. We're not going to run the same thing because I said you can watch the tutorial I did earlier today. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the cooler controls. See, I have this one writing here, and as you can see, I have a test script that I showed you here. So let's open this up, the test one here. So all I did, I typed a kingdom far, far away, and I think I have to select it. And then what it will do is it will just keep on going, and it will write based on, I think, what I've selected. Or that will be the continuation. It will based on that, and it will continue. So I'll explain how that all works. So you're able to write a story this way, okay? if you do want, and you see it's not too shabby. I left everything as default. As you can see clearly, this is markdown. So unfortunately, obviously a markdown editor would be better, but I could not find a markdown editor where I could integrate with it so far. As far as I can tell, I couldn't find one that's open source. I don't know. There might be some proprietary ones that can do that, but as I said, I shied away from proprietary software because it caused me to get banned from Twitter. Even though I used their, I said I used their either with the screenshots or media, which they encouraged me to use. So it's not them, it's Twitter, and Twitter won't tell me why they banned me. So I don't care. All right. So yeah. So here we go. As you can see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this. Oops. You gotta be kidding me. Oh no, I thought I closed it. Okay. All right. I did not. Good. Okay, here we go. I don't know why this dropped down. Yeah, so I just want to click that. Okay, so let me show you this two here, the continue, and this one here. So I'm going to, let me see which one is bigger. Why are you like this? Jeez. No. So as you can see, this one is different from the other one. This one, this one actually connect. This actually uses a Python binding. You see the difference? This one was slower because it's basically running. Where is it running here? Am I crazy? What's going on here? Oh no, sorry, I was wrong. This one is connecting to, it's not running it on the command line, I apologize. This one was connecting to it using not the socket. It's connecting to it using the URL. I think it's, yeah, this one 8080. It's connecting it at 8080 and to grab. So it's a little bit slower, but that one is still perfectly fine. I said you don't necessarily need to use Python. You can use any language you want. Now for this one here, clearly you need to use Python for this particular one because I'm importing the Llama.cpp. So for this one I don't need to go and run it on the command line like the other one. So this one obviously we make sure using rock. This is needed because remember, it's not officially supported, so some of those Python libraries, they're hard-coded to ignore it, so you need to add this as well. And then you sometimes you might have RAM issues. I should not have, because I said I tricked the model to be a smaller one. And as you can see, it still says the 6_k. This one no longer exists. I replaced this. It's still a 10B, but now it's a 4km. So let me change this up here so we don't have any issues. Just give me a second. Oh, here's some of the code we used earlier today. Actually, I don't need to. It should be here. No, it's not here. Oops, it's not here. I have to grab it from the code from earlier tutorial. Here we go. Yeah, this model no longer exists, so it's like that. I think I actually converted it using the what's the name of that program? Stable-diffusion.cpp. That wasn't very smart, but it did work. So this is the official one as well. Okay, then the GPU layers to offload, I set it to 999. That's the number, if you saw earlier tutorials, I put NGL. That's the GPU layers to offload. Obviously, you can change that number larger. However, it's not a good idea to keep all of those, no matter how much VRAM you have. It's a good idea to keep it probably, don't go crazy. You don't put like 20,000 or something like that, right? Yeah, most models you'll see the models when it starts running, it will say something like how many layers it has. So I'm saying just be don't go overboard with that. And the target GPU, obviously it's 0 because that's a dedicated GPU, at least on my system. And here's how we initialize it. You see Llama, the model path, the GPU layers to upload, the target GPU, which is obviously 0. And you see here the context. If you remember, in our earlier, when we ran this earlier today, the context window, I said it was very small. Things were getting cut off. So I increased this one to 8192. You can see the maximum context window size. Again, I'm able to do this because I have 32 gigs of VRAM. So if you don't, you might have to fool around with this. Or what you can do is you can tell in your prompt, you can tell it to output only you can tell it to output like maybe like 300 words, and then you can hit continue several times. That's one workaround. All right, and then the number of batches, I left this at 512. That seems to be a good one. No map, set to that to true to force the RAM usage for the model. No memory mapped files. And this one, the GQA, I set it to 32. That's for query attention. So this basically means is how much stuff it should retain in the memory. And verbose, you don't need this one, but I set it to true so I can see what's going on, and especially when you're tweaking these numbers, this is very useful. Normally you'd want it off, but I like it true because I can see what's going on. For example, things getting clipped and all of that as well. So, for example, the larger the model, the more sometimes it wants to output a lot of information. It wants to be more descriptive. Sometimes you don't need that. For example, when I'm writing code, I just want it to concentrate on the code. A little brief summary is fine, but I don't need it to explain every single line of code. Large models like to do that. And then this guys should be familiar to you guys. You see the connection to LibreOffice. This is exactly the same as before. And what else do we have here? We have generate text with Llama. So you see here we pass in our prompt, the max tokens, the temperature. Again, you see it's always we set to 0.7, and then once we get the response, we get the text. We strip it out, and then after that we can insert it into Writer, and we can also read the existing document as a context, text to string. So this one. What this one allows me to do is I can open up a document, type something, and then it will read it, and then that's what it will use keep on writing and writing and writing. So this is why it's better. For example, it says enter your new prompt to continue the story. So you see this, so this one automatically can continue. So you just add the prompt or just select the previous, a little bit of the previous one, and you continue writing the story. You see what it does? It takes the existing text, and you see just give it a /n/n. That means a new lines, 2 new lines, and then you add the prompt, and then you just keep on going as well. So that's how to do it. Now I have this one continue pi. So if you want to take, I'll show you guys this one as well. So the model here is also different. I think it's still in my copy one. I think I should just be able to paste it, I hope. Yes, I am. Okay, perfect. So this one, this one is you can see the same thing. The was the GQA here, and what did I do here? So this one was your helpful and detailed assistance. Format your entire response using markdown syntax, including headings, bold text, and bullet points where appropriate. So that's something you can tell it, like in the system prompt, you can say, hey, do not, do not, what do you call it? Do not write more than 300 words, or summarize it up or something like that. So you can give it a system prompt. There's 2 types of prompts: the prompt which you want, that's your request, and the system prompt. This is similar to when you generate videos or audio. Audio. I guess audio as well. Videos and images. You have like a negative prompt. Negative prompt means that make sure it's good quality, not bad quality, not missing limbs. It's similar, kind of similar to that. And then our chat prompt here. This is very similar to what I've just done before. And as you can see, again, we have the tokens here, our context window. So the context window needs to be big, because I said it needs to not just what do you call it? Not just for our prompt, but our prompt is not big enough. But it's just that in order for it to continue, it needs enough information so that it can generate the next content. So this is for continuing. And as you can see, it's pretty much the same thing. And then this one will read the ODT file. That's the obviously the writer file. And you can see here it will get the first one and it joins them. And then, so this one runs on the command line. So this one, this is a continue one where you just press enter, then you write a new chapter, etc., etc. So as you can see, we have 2 different. So the way this one works is this one expects your ODT file to be previously created. So as I said before, there's a couple ways to run this. You can see this one. This one is called continue, meaning that you give it it's always going to be writing a new. You see, it's going to use the first 500 words of the context, and then to continuously writing. This one is just strictly. This one you have to enter a new prompt, and then it will continue your what do you call it? It continues story. So this one you can simply just say continue. So there we go. So both of these do work. I did test them. I haven't tested them in a very long time. So I don't even remember how I started this one time. Let's see here. Oh yeah. So this one you need to start. So this one I believe I need to start writer. Yeah. So this one I need to start writer on the command line. This is the GPU story one. This one, what do I need for this one? So I did write comments. I don't know if this one needs it as well. This one can do it by itself. I think this one can do it by itself. Oh yeah, this one can do it by itself. This one just needs a So what this one does is this continue one. This one can do it by itself. If a file is already open, it will run by itself. So instead of doing this continue one, let's do this. Let's do this one first. Okay, so let's jump to the command line and follow the instructions here. Now this should also work in, like, say what is that one? I was going to say Excel, Calc. All right, so back to the command line here. In this one here, where am I? I guess I have to go to LibreOffice. I don't know where I am. Oh, CD writing. I have to go to CD writing. Okay, clear that. I'm just going to paste. Okay, so I need to paste here. Okay, so you can see this one is simply, there's nothing here. However, the cursor needs to be obviously in the active one for this to work. So let me just take it out of here for a second. I'll go to this one and I'll also go to writer. Oops, CD, I think it's writing. Yeah, writing. All right, so Python, LibreOffice, yeah, so there we go, Python. So as long as the cursor is here, it should go and just dump the stuff right in here. So I'm just going to watch the temperature here. You can see some stuff went on the command line there. Oh, there's an error. Okay, so see, it says enter your new prompt to continue the story. So okay, so let's say what does it say? Kingdom far away. Okay, so I press enter there, and you can see it should dump it here. And you see the temperature is already 53, so that's not too bad. 55 is okay. 58 is okay. There we go. You see that? So what this one does is the temperature is fine. That's not a big deal. You see what happened here? all my prompt was, you see let me zoom out here. It's a little bit easier to read. So clearly it used the GP because you guys saw the temperature. So what happened here is it says enter your new prompt to continue the story. So I typed a kingdom far away. Okay, so you can see the time, how long it took, how many tokens, the milliseconds per token. Yeah, it's decent. And text generated and inserted into LibreOffice. So what this one does, as I said, is what you do is you put your cursor somewhere, and then it will output it there. So the what I'm getting at is that, for example, you see this was empty. This was empty. I just put my cursor here, and then it was able to fill in. So that's if I want to remove something, I can simply just delete this, for example, and then I just put my cursor here, and then the prompt I have to put in the command line. So that is not bad. So for example, let's read the first paragraph together. It says, where the sun never settles, a land of... So basically, I kind of made a mistake here. What I should have done is I should have put a... What did I put? A kingdom far away. Okay? That was my prompt. So basically, and then what I should have done is I should have put a space here, and then this is what should have happened. You see my point? It would have said a kingdom far away where the sun never settles. Sorry, a kingdom far away where the sun never sets, comma, a land of eternal summer where the very air shimmers with a golden light. Is that a period? It's like a period. Okay, the writing is all below. Then it says, this is the sunstone kingdom, comma, a place of boundless beauty and unparalleled magic, comma, ruled by benevolent queen and her royal sandstone knights. Now, if you remember what I said, I told you guys earlier today, is that this particular model, it's called the Gemma Writer. It's fantastic if you're going to write like a novel, but it's not very it's good if you're trying to write a guide. Please, okay, that's weird. Sorry, I got distracted because YouTube said chat disconnected, please wait while we try to reconnect you. Then it says successfully connected. Okay, so I guess you can, if you guys are chatting there, you're able to continue the chat. That was a weird one. All right, I'm checking all the others. They seem to be fine. So as I was saying is that if what you want is write is like those type of novels, it's a very good model. But for me, at this particular time, I am not interested in writing this type of stories. At least I'm not there yet. In that, as I said, I do want to do some animations and stuff and have AI help me out. So what I would need is maybe some short stories, but that's going to be a while from now. For right now, like for example, when I wrote my book, like I needed some help as I was telling you guys, but yeah, it gave some really horrible. It completely ignored what I requested, and I was very specific, but it still wanted to write like a novel. So I'm saying if this is the type of stuff you like, for example, the third paragraph says a young huntress, Ilara, lives on the outskirts of the Sunstone Kingdom, her village untouched by the eternal summer. She knows of winter's whisper, a truth whispered through ancestral tales and felt in the bite of forgotten wind that chills her village even in the heart of summer. You see my point? It's like it's very good for those type of like novel type of stories, but it's not very good for it's perfect for that, and nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying is that for me, as I said, I need something that is more I guess analytical, and it's from what I've seen, it's not good for that. So the thing that threw me off is when I asked one of my questions, like who's the mayor of Toronto. He did a fantastic job, but it wasn't able to get it wasn't able to answer. I'll show you that later. All right, so let's do something a little bit different here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to type what is one of those questions we always ask? What is it? Who is the mayor of Toronto? I think it is. Yeah, who is the mayor of Toronto? Okay, who is the mayor of Toronto? So I'm just going to take this out and put it here and go here, and I have to clear this because it's finished. So I'm going to run it again. So this is one of the problems with this one, is that you need to, it only runs one time, right? So that's one of the problems. Yeah, so then here I'm gonna paste this one in here. Who is the mayor of Toronto? Press enter and it's done. Where did he insert it? That was super quick. Oh yeah, he put it up at the top here. The mayor of, it was so fast even before I could put the cursor here, it was done. So the mayor of Toronto, the current mayor of Toronto is Olivia Chow. So the chat got disconnected again. That's weird. I don't know what's going on. And it says chat connected successfully. Is it the GPU? I don't think so. Okay, another water break. So that's one way you can write your stories. Chat keeps on disconnecting. I have no idea why. All right, so that's this one here. So I'm going to close this. No, I'm not going to save it. So as you say, I didn't even bother with the temperature because it's decent. So the next, okay, this is really bothering me with the YouTube here. It keeps on annoying me. Keeps on saying disconnected. Why? I have no idea. Yeah. Anywho, so now I'm going to, let me make sure I don't do anything too crazy here. We're going to try the continue one here, which is so the continue one. This one will do is it will read something from what do you call it? It will read something from an existing document, and it will output it will output the what do you call it? It will fill it in. Basically, continue writing. That's what this one does. So what you have to do is, why is the chat keep on disconnecting? Welcome. Okay, I don't understand why it keeps on connecting and disconnecting. Why is it? Do I have to refresh or something? Okay, I'm gonna refresh YouTube just a second. I don't know why it keeps on doing that. Okay. All right. Hopefully that fixes it. All right. So as I was saying here, this one, this continue. You see the usage is you just pass in a document. Oh, it's still saying disconnected. I don't know if you guys can what do you call it? Hopefully you guys. I'm hoping my connection is okay, because I don't see anything wrong with the connection. It's just the chat keeps on disconnecting. I think maybe it's a YouTube thing. Yeah, it must be a YouTube bug. All right, so let's try continue. And so as I already showed you, guys the test.odt file. Oh, you know what I should do? Let me open up this file, and I'm gonna create a different one. So let me just save. I'll go save as, and this one I'm gonna call it test2. Okay, so test2. I'm just gonna put the mayor of Toronto. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to put here. I'm going to save. You see, test2 is the mayor of Toronto. So I'm going to leave this here, and to see if it's able to open up. I can't remember if it's able to open up when the thing is open already. It might not be able to, but we'll check it out. So let's jump to the command line again. This time I'm going to go here. Oh, where am I here? This one, let's go to number 3 this time. Yeah, so let's go to writing, and this time we're going to Python continue test2.odt. Okay, so let's see what this one does. Oh, I forgot, I should check this one out just in case. I should check the temperature. To watch that temperature there. Okay, it's 43. Okay, so it told me, it says right here, loaded content from test2. So it's loaded this file and it says I have two options. I can continue the last sentence, or I can write a new chapter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the last sentence. 1. Oh, I can feel the GPU working. You see it's at 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, and looks like it's done. Okay, so what it did was it read this one, and then it output this part here. I thought it saves. I guess maybe I never got to that part. You see, it wrote a lot of stuff. Remember I was telling you about this? So this is the response. It says announced a broad new initiative aimed at. Let me actually zoom out a little bit here. So it read. If read this properly, it says loaded content from test2.odt. Then continue from the last sentence. So what I did was, all I typed was the mayor of Toronto, and then it just continued. It says announced a bold new initiative aimed at tackling the city's ongoing housing affordability crisis, dubbed the Toronto Homes Forward. The multi-phase plan encompasses several key pillars, and then the pillars it goes on and 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 stuff like that. So that is continue, as I said. Now some of this stuff is obviously doesn't make any sense. Like, remember, see, here's another one. You can see some of the mistakes. Like this one is clearly not English, right? Community language. Yeah, so this one is clearly not English. I said sometimes. Here's another one. This is clearly not English as well. I said sometimes it just goes on. It's on. That's why I'm saying it gives some weird results. So this is why I could not trust what it says. It starts off pretty nice. You go, okay, great. So I don't know, maybe using a Q8 version or a FP16 will be better, but yeah, I can't. Yeah, here's another one, right? So as I said, you see this one, gun bonus. Yeah, so I'm saying it makes up some stuff, which is it's funny for content, but you know, I can't take this stuff seriously, honestly, right? Come on, look at that. That doesn't make any sense. So now that's another reason why I wrote this stuff, I think like 2 months ago, and I actually put it on hold, and I completely forgot about it until actually just today, when I did the earlier tutorial. I was hoping to create a plugin and all that, but I was so disappointed with the way the model output this stuff, so I never continued it. But there you go. It's basically, if somebody wants me to test a model, it might I don't want to say inspire me, but it might get me to continue this and maybe make a full LibreOffice plugin, so you guys can just install it. Could make it cross-platform, I guess, and then you can install the plugin and just obviously have Llama. It will start it by itself and do everything. So you see, now clearly I could combine these two, so that you know, I can select something. I could say take this, and then maybe the shortcut key or something, maybe do a dialog here, then it will just output the something like this, right? So I don't mind doing this. For example, I can just simply copy this. Where was it here? Where is it here? Copy that and just paste it in here. Right? And then you can read it. So obviously in Markdown, this will be better. You know, this will be better. So you know what? I do have a Markdown program. Let's go try it in Markdown. I think it's called Zetier. I just installed this program literally, I think today. I just installed this program today. So let me grab everything here, copy, and paste it in here. So there we go. So this is Markdown. It's a Markdown, I think an editor. Yeah, Markdown editor. So you can see here, this is what it comes look out. So in case you think I'm still crazy, I can still see the spelling. So this is like clearly not English. I can really pick them out. You see, here's another one here that's clearly not English, and these two are completely made up stuff, right? So this is the problem when you, if you do rely on AI, it likes doing things like this. And look at this one, qualified TOD. Oh, TOD stands for transit oriented. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, I was wrong there, but as you can tell, yeah. So really weird stuff here. So really weird. Like the output is super weird. Yeah. So that's the. No, we don't want to save this yet. Discard them. So there we go. That's basically what I want to show you guys. Yeah. So I said the problem is it's really geared, I said, towards writing novels. But even if you write a model, it will, you know, there will be some hiccups. Now, I'm saying, like, if you're writing if you're writing a novel, would I use this? Yeah, definitely help me like come up with ideas and stuff. It's fantastic for that. However, when it comes to like I said, writing guides and stuff, it failed. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me show you. I'm going to show you guys what happened when I tried to get it to write a guide for me. So let's leave this here. No, it was LibreOffice. So let me go and pick up that document. I can't show you everything here because I might have some client stuff. Some stuff might be actually what do you call it? For my eyes only. So I have to be careful. So that's what I'm saying. I can't show you. I can't show you where the stuff is, but I can. What I can do show you. I can. Where did I put it? Oh no! That's the wrong place. I think I put it here. Huh. I can't remember now where I put it. Oh, I can open up something here. Just a second. Must be here. Books or book writing, one of them. Oh yeah, it's in books. Yeah. Okay, so which one was the one that failed so badly? The other one? No, how to... Chapter 10, okay. So, no, not chapter 10, chapter 1? Yeah, chapter 1. So, let me open this up. Okay, so here's what happened. So this is a complete joke, right? So I specifically came up. It took me a long time to come up with 10 chapters and 10 chapter summaries. Okay, so all outlines. Let's call them outlines. I came up with 10 chapters, creating the headings, and I came up with outlines and some summary of so outline. Let's call it outlines. That's what they are, not summary, outlines. So it's a paragraph. Each of them was a paragraph, meaning about, I don't know, 8 sentences or something like that, right? So it started very early, right on chapter 1. So it says the air itself seemed to thicken with apprehension. Headlines screamed of shrinking portfolios, layoffs ripped through the once stable industries, and whispers of depression clung to the water cooler conversations like industrial smog. The protagonist, Sarah, felt the insidious tendrils of fear constrict her chest. Every instinct screamed at her to cling tighter to the precarious perches of her existing life, to weather the storm of economic uncertainty by hunkering down, not venturing out. Yet the guarding unease, the seed of discontent planted by the recent layoff, refused to be ignored. It was merely the financial sting, but the erosion of one's solid sense of security, the realization that the once guaranteed trajectory of ordinary life was proving anything but. Now, here's the problem with that. Now, I specifically told it that it should write, it should give me some ideas, not write the chapter. It should give me some ideas on how to, like I said, you can basically get the paradigm shift, the recessions as an opportunity. Now, hold on. So the problem with this is, you see, it's writing it like a novel, right? And that's not what I specifically said. I'm writing mine. It's a guide. I want people to be able to go and get it. Go to any chapter, and for example, maybe the chapter you're interested in is the one of how to find funds, how to finance your business, right? So that's what I was hoping it would. Or for example, advertising, right? How to promote your business, right? But instead, it decided to completely ignore what I requested. And for example, if we go, keep on going until the end of the chapter, it kept on writing. You see, it's literally writing a novel, right? It's literally writing a novel, right? Then it's talking about AI stuff. Okay, not bad, but this is not what I wanted, and I thought that it would come back to it. I just left it go, because I was thinking maybe it's writing it as a, like a fake person who's going to do all that stuff. Oh, no. So you see the problem here? This is exactly what I didn't want. It's focusing on one person, but it's not what I want. I said this is not a guide, right? Because this is a this is a true novel, which is not what I wanted. Now let's go to chapter 10. Yes, I wanted to see how this would go, because I said maybe I can make it into content. I was pretty ticked off, but okay. So here's chapter 10. So chapter 10 is building the recession-proof fortress, continual evolution and growth. Then it says Sarah stood at a spectacle precipice, glazing upon the vibrant tapestry of the lunar constellation. Right? So this is so crazy. It was like in the by the time we're in chapter 3, chapter 4, she was like fighting aliens, and I'm like, you've gotta be kidding me. It's like this is not a guide, right? And then you can see here the this was, I guess, the bad guys, the orbital symbiosis. You see my point? It's like it's insanity. So I'm saying this is complete insanity. So what I did was, at the end I asked it to summarize and finish up here. So let's go here, and you see this is how it ended, right? Nothing to do with what I requested. And I said I wrote summaries, outlines, paragraph each. I gave it everything, and I clearly told it I don't want this, and it still ignored what I wanted, and it just made up stuff. So I didn't find it humorous. So anyways, so I would say, if you're going to write, if you're writing a novel, sure. As I said, this model is perfect. But for me, I think I am basically done with this model. Ironically, I found the Llama 2.7b to be actually better for like coding and other things. So I even replaced it with the code Llama. I haven't tested that one yet. I think I'll test it soon. And because I have Llama.cpp, I should be able to also run one of the Llama 4 models. I wasn't able to get it running in Alma, but I believe with Llama.cpp I should be able to get one of the smallest ones. I think the one I tried was a 14b instruct. That one I wasn't able to get it, I said, with Llama, but I think I should be able to get it running with Llama 3, and I'll let you guys know how that is. Other than that, yeah, so as you can tell, this is clearly not a guide, even though I requested the guide, but I knew I wanted some things, because I can't use this. This is just a novel. It's not what I wanted. You see here, the Crystallanian's elder. Like I said, it's like, what in the world is going on here? It's like completely made up stuff. Well, you know what I should do? I should probably keep, you know what I'm going to do? Maybe what I should do is I should keep all these 10 chapters, and then once I get the animation up and running, I can probably have this and turn this into, what do you call it? Turn this into a shorter story. But there's so much writing though, so. And as you can see, there's this one here. Each of them is roughly just over 5,000 words, so that's quite a lot of stuff. So that could give me a bunch of stories. Maybe I'll do that in you know what? I'll keep it around, and maybe we'll make some silly stuff out of it. All right. So I think that's good enough. I still don't know why YouTube is like knocking the chat out every second or so. All right, so let's finish this up. Okay, so this is not needed anymore, so I can close this up. All right, so as you guys saw earlier today, I was able to generate who's the mayor of Toronto even today. That was pretty accurate. The answer for PHP was perfect. The answer for what time is it? It's only 1 o'clock. Maybe, you know what? I'm thinking maybe I should run the code. No, I'm not going to. It's wrong. So what do you call it? The GNOME desktop was a very good answer. The Kotlin code was clearly missing some. Oh yeah, it got clipped off. Sorry. You know what? Let's run the Kotlin code and the Blender. These two got clipped off earlier today. Well, you know what? Let's run all of them. I did promise to do that. I do remember. So which one should we do? Which one should we run? What do you guys think? So I'll show you why this is better. I can. Oh, which one is better? Oh, you know what? I think this one is better because this one is automatically just. No. You know what? This. I'm not sure which one is better. You know what? I have an idea. I'll just leave it on the command line, and then we can get the output. I think that's better. Okay, so let's do that just to show you that it didn't clip off. So let me run the cooler again. Let's run that cooler again. Okay, so we want. Sorry about that. I did remember. I promised I would run it again tonight just to. So let me make sure I do that. Promises kept. All right. So this was test 2. Okay. So you guys saw the Mayor of Toronto, so I'm not going to run that one again. I'm just going to request a PHP code snippet instead for test 2. Go to the command line. Clear this. Test 2. Check it here. So you see what I was saying? Python, they claim it's faster. Alright, so I'll just say option 1, continue the last sentence. So I need a PHP code snippet to connect. So it's done. It's actually pretty fast. So obviously the PHP is correct. You know what? Let's actually test this PHP. So here's all the PHP here. I am going to actually, do I have a command? Do I have another one here? Am I using all of them? Oh, looks like I am. Am I using all of them? Oh no, I'm not. I'm not using this one. Perfect. So where am I right now? pwd. I'm in the writing. So let's open up. Let's open test.php. What did I run today? Oh, you know, let me. I'm not sure. Okay, I'll just start up. What is it? MariaDB start httpd and MariaDB. Oh, system. Here start Maria. I can't remember if I worked earlier today. It's been a long day. Okay. So where's the touch? Let's go here and we go to open. Are you kidding me? This doesn't have an open? Oh, this is the open, I guess. Yeah, test.php. So test.php pasted in here. So let's take a look at this PHP code. Localhost is fine. GAI. That's the generative AI username, password, and the database. So this time it produced one of my viewers asked why it didn't use improve. This time it does use improve in torpedo, so it's always so we don't need the explanation here. Okay, technically I don't need to close it off here, but I'll leave it there. So let's go back to the command line. I should be able to run this now. Let's see if let's see, there shouldn't be a mistake on the command line. You see connection successful. So perfect. The code is perfect for that. All right. So let's run this. Let's run the next one, which will be the Kotlin code. You know what? Let's run the GNOME desktop. Let's go through all of them. So that one, and let's run. Is it a continuation? Oh no, that's not the one. We don't want that one. Which one was it? Oh, this is the one. Yeah. So let's clear this. Test 2. This one I'll just paste it in and read it because it's, oops, I keep on forgetting. I have to watch this temperature. You can see the temperature goes up. Okay, it's done. That's one good thing about even with smaller models, it's pretty fast. So let's read this one. It's actually pretty short. Okay, so we go here. I'll just take the entire response and I paste it in here. Show you guys what the response was. Zoom in. So it says, I understand you're looking for visual representation of the GNOME desktop at 1080p resolution. Unfortunately, as a text-based AI, I can't directly generate screenshots. However, I can guide you to readily available resources where you can find such a screenshot. So it says online resources such as Flickr, Splash, Pexels. Search for the keyword GNOME desktop 1080p. Very good answer. Or GNOME screenshot or Linux desktop screenshot. These platforms often host curated collections of desktop environment visuals. Very good answer. And then for the distributions, it says documents and marketing, Canonical, Ubuntu. Ubuntu's look and feel, documentation, or promotional materials often showcase GNOME desktops and various resolutions. Fedora, Elementary OS, leveraging GNOME. Distributions frequently use the GNOME and provide screenshots with their documentation or gallery sections. Technology websites and blogs, Linux distribution review sites, websites dedicated to the Linux distribution often feature screenshots of their default desktop environment, including GNOME. GNOME project itself, the official GNOME project website or documentary repository may have sample screenshots available. Fantastic answer. Fantastic answer. The only way this answer would be better if it actually generated one by itself. But I'm saying this is a fantastic answer. So this is why that model fooled me. I'm like, my God, the first 3 answers are perfect. You got the Mayor of Toronto correctly. PHP is fine. The number 3 is fine. Right? All right. Let's see if this guy's going to be perfect today. All right. So the next one is I'm going to ask it for the Kotlin code snippet. Basically, I need a Kotlin code snippet to open the camera using the Camera 2. The Camera 2 API and place the camera view on a texture view. So I'm going to save that, put it here, clear this, and run it. So I know this one is definitely going to take a while, and this temperature is going to go up. So I'm not going to fool around. I know this temperature is going to go up. So I'm just prepared for that. And as you can see, the temperature is 53, 54. It's thinking. Remember, we increased the context size, so it should be it should not be clipped off this time. It should give me the entire answer, especially on the command line. There's nothing to break apart or anything like that, so the answer should be very, very good. That's interesting. That's a little bit slow. Temperature is now 58 degrees. Take a sip of water. Wow, that is slow. It's now 59. Oh, it's using a lot of CPU. Oh, look at that. It's using a lot of... Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry. This is the GPU. Sorry about that. I was looking down here. Oops, I was looking in the wrong place. It is using the GPU. Sorry about that. I was looking at the wrong place. It is using the GPU 78 degrees Celsius. I was looking at the wrong one. Excuse me. It's 78 is fine. Normally it's around 80. When I have the fan at 50%. It's also cold in here. It actually snowed again. There was like snow hail, but I was able to. It didn't catch me out because I have been going in the morning. The chickens preferred going in the afternoon, but normally it's warmer in the afternoon. But these days the sun actually comes out in the morning, so I feel like that's the best time for the chickens to. They can go out still, and obviously I have more time in the morning than the afternoon. I have to get ready for the for work and stuff. Wow, that's taking a long time. Yeah, that's taking a super long time. Yeah, that is surprisingly long. I don't know if it's a Python thing. That must be a Python thing because you guys saw when I ran it earlier today, just when I used the direct, it was way faster. It wasn't this slow. I don't know what's going on here. That's definitely slow. And that's the thing with so when people ask me why I'm always seeking the fastest, and that's one of the reasons is that I don't need to load all these Python dependencies. I mean, the Python does give you what do you call it? It does give you capable of nice UIs and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine, but for performance, as you can see, no. And you guys were there. If you do remember, I did make sure I did press it. Pretty sure I pressed 1. Yeah, I did. 1. I chose 1. It's still running. Yeah, it's still pretty high. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It's the exact same model we did earlier today. Wow, the temperature is now 79. It briefly touched 80. All right, I'm going to. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give this 60 seconds. So I'm going to count down. I think something went wrong there. I'm going to keep this on top. And I'm going to give this 60 seconds. I'll give it 2 minutes. Let's give it 2 minutes just to be fair. Oh, it's going down. I think it's done. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so it's done. Okay, so it's going down. So let me put this at 2% back again. Okay, so he gave a very long answer. I'm hoping I should be able to copy all that answer. I'm going to copy that answer and put it in 2 places simply because sometimes the text editor, oh, you see, oh, look at that. You see, remember I told you it does this stuff. See, it put vertical group set, vertical group set. So it does this thing sometimes. And yeah, so this is what it is outputting. Wow, look at that. Vertical, 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 vertical. And yeah. But it did give part of the answer. So this is not going to work. I can really tell because it says assuming you have a text review named camera text review and necessary permission set up. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll set that up. But I'm saying is that this is not enough, and I do not wish to what do you call it? And this is what do you call it? There's a lot of imports missing. It says other imports. Well, I don't know what they are, so I'm not gonna guess because some of them sometimes they conflict with each other. So this is a fail. Now it's a good thing that I let it run so you guys can see what happens here. Ooh, see, different languages again. This looks like it's what do you call that language? Like a cyclic type of language, like what do you call it, Greek, or what's the one? What do you call the people from like the former Soviet Union? Slavic. It looks like a Slavic type of language. So yeah, you can see. Yeah, so you can see French. Oh, this could also be Spanish. Yeah, so you see the problem with this. This is exactly, and then it says look, tear down, and it just went. So this is why it took so long, because of this one here. Yeah, so that's a fail. Now to be fair, so I'm not gonna. I was gonna open up Android Studio. I'm not gonna bother with that, but I'm gonna do one more. The last one here. Let's clear this. Let me save this one. So the last one is I need a blend file for fire animation. So here we go. This one I'm going to run that one. So even starting up Python is a little bit slower than what do you call it? Than the other one. Just running it directly, even if you use Python. So the temperature is going up here. I don't think this shouldn't take too long. It should give me an answer, but that's a little bit dangerous for me there. I'm not going to take a chance. Yeah, ooh, that's going way up there. So I'm not going to take a chance. I'll switch it on. Oh, it's done. It's finished. I forgot to look at the notification. Notification told me it was done. So I'm going to put this back to 2. And so this was I need a Blender blend file for fire animation. So let's grab this one here. You see this one wasn't cut off. The one earlier today was cut off. Okay, we go up to, oh, you see more Chinese car. Okay, there we go. So let's copy this. All right, so put about page and just over a page. So I guess this will be easier to read. You know what? Let's put this in. So putting it here, let's put it back in that what do you call the Markdown editor. So it's just easier for you guys to read. Paste it in here. Okay, here we go. So can this one split screen? Yes, it can. So it says, let's craft a compelling file animation in Blender. Well, I can't directly provide a ready-made blend file due to the file sharing limitations. I'll furnish you with a structured guide, then some Chinese kanji characters, concepts to achieve a convincing fire effect with your Blender project. So it looked like it tried to get some image here, obviously could not. And then I'm not going to bother with this because just by reading it, I know this is not going to work for Blender 4.5. Just say I know that very well. Yeah. So anywho, so there you go. So as I say, one of the problems, I don't know why it keeps on putting stuff in different languages. That one is, I don't know what to say about that. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, we don't want to save any changes here. So that's the tutorial. So I can actually close this down right now because I actually don't need this. Alright, so let's finish this up. As you saw the results, I'm not going to go through them, you guys saw them. If you're interested in learning more about Python, I have an AI development. You can check out some resources. I do have a book. It's called Learning Python. It's available on Amazon. The link is also in the description. I also have a course. It's called Learning Python. It's available on jamboshop.com. The link is also in the description. And if you need one-on-one assistance or want me to help you install LibreOffice or Llama.cpp, I'm available for personal tutorials and service requests. One-on-one Python tutorials are available at jambo.com/contact. The link is in the description. And if you want LibreOffice or Llama.cpp installation or migration or consultation services, that's at jamboservices.com/contact. The link is also in the description. By adding these code snippets and step-by-step instructions, beginners can follow along and more easily get a working sample or example running without missing critical steps. So there you go, guys. That's the end of the tutorial. One more time, I do want to remind you that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because I said that helps out the channel. The algorithm does push it out to more people, and the more people who do subscribe, the more people who will share the information, which I'll share with all of you. I share everything, literally everything. No secrets here. All right. Some other recommended resources I have is I live in a rural area in a cabin. You guys just heard a few seconds ago when the propane furnace just came on. So I do use SpaceX Starlink residential service. So if you're thinking of getting it, please use my referral link because you get a significant discount and I'll get 1 month free. That's one way you can help out the channel. I also have this Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater. It's available on Amazon. It has settings for low 170 watts and high 250 watt. So this little guy, I do use it when it gets a little chilly. It's a space heater, so it's not meant to obviously heat up the entire room. It just heats up your personal space. So for example, I set the temperature to 15 degrees Celsius. So obviously I dress warmly, and if I feel a little chilly, I said I switch this guy on. Usually I just leave it on low. The only time I use high is if I accidentally click it, but usually it's low. And it's just an extra, it's about $3 a month. So like literally, I'd rather pay $3 a month than pay say $250 for propane per month. So I'm comfortable enough, and that's much more. So this is my affiliate link. So meaning that if you use my affiliate link, I will get a commission. You won't pay any extra. You pay the same amount. Okay, and then I have this novelette, The Algorithmic Serpent. It's my first novelette. It's by Misi Arodo Jambo. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, and then he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. This is the back. As you can see, there are real pages in here. Lots of enough pages. So there's also an ebook version available on Amazon. I made them as affordable as possible, so the majority of the cost for the paperback version goes to the printing and shipping, and for the ebook it's for storage costs. So pick it up if you have the means and let me know what you think. And then literally just a few days ago I published this one, the Recession Business Blueprint. That's one of the reasons I'm still a little bit tired, because the AI was completely useless. I had to do all the stuff myself, which I wasn't too happy with. I'm talking about the research. Obviously writing, I love writing. So you can pick this up. It's available both in paperback and the ebook versions. This is just literally hot off the presses, so pick it up again. I do recommend that if you ever thought of starting a business, the best time to start business is right now during a recession. So yeah, I do have a guide here, lots of tables, and explain to you how you can how to start the business, how to get funds. You have resources to find funds, and plus to obviously during a session it's lean times. You probably won't be able to get loans and stuff like that, but you can still find ways to start your business for low. For example, I when I was living in a condo, I started the business in a condo. So people are telling me I should rent and all that. Yeah, rent is a cost. So in the condo, I was able to start the business. And then people are saying, oh, you need a Mac, you need this expensive computer. No, I just used my old system, and then when I started making a little bit of money, I was able to upgrade. And you guys, as you saw, very recently, its site is still there. I took it apart finally. I finally upgraded my workstation. So when you're able to get something more powerful, yeah. But when you start, just start with whatever you have. So I was obviously using Linux at that time, so that kind of helped. It's less resource intensive than the other, at least back then it was. So what I'm saying is that, yeah, and people are saying that I can't be taken seriously as a programmer because I use Linux. I don't use a Mac. And the funny thing is, I was telling them, seriously, this is the question I used to tell them. Do you want somebody who uses Linux every single day on his laptop and his workstation? So if something goes wrong with your servers, this person will actually know it? Or do you want somebody who uses Windows or who uses a Mac, who doesn't understand how Linux works? And they're like, oh, I never thought of it that way. Yeah, so that's exactly why. That's why I went to Linux. So I would know how to fix things when they break. Anywho, yeah, so that one is available right now. I haven't actually started promoting it, but I will probably starting next week. You guys might see some vignettes or something like that about it. Yeah, so we'll take a look at that very, very, very soon. But it is there. So if you guys want an early, you want to take a quick look at it, yeah, it's available right now. I said it's on Amazon. It's worldwide, wherever Amazon is. And then if you want to know more about me, I have my bio here. It says about Edward. I'm a freelance programmer. I'm also a web developer, software engineer, author, and I also my book page here is a link. It's on Amazon. If you need support, ojamboservices.com, and then if you're ready to learn, my ojamboshop.com for the courses. Okay, and then down here, people wanna follow me. The channels Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. And as I said before, the best way to contact me is the contact form on ojambo.com/contact or ojamboservices.com/contact or ojamboshop.com/contact. A lot of people are using the ojamboshop.com. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And another way is obviously you can leave comments. You can fill in the comment here for the article. The article, I think the comment section stays to prevent spam. I think it's only up for 10 to 15 days after the article is up. So that's one way you can do it, or you can put it in the live streams or in the comments below the description. Okay, so that's it, guys. I'm going to check the live streams, see if everything is okay. Nothing in Rumble right now, nothing in BitChute, nothing in Odyssey. I don't know what's going on in YouTube here. It looks like it stopped saying that it was disconnected, so that's fine. But I don't see any chat requests. I'm hoping it's not preventing you guys from putting some chat requests in there. All right. So with that said, I don't see anything else here. So I'm going to stop this one, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, by the way, if you want to know what's upcoming, you always go to ojambo.com. Go watch Money Lifestyle Money. You can see what's, for example, we're gonna do this self-hosted Hudik. It's an open source cloud storage platform. So that's gonna be tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. And I forgot about my outro. You see, I'm not very good at this. So with that said, bye guys. See you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bye now. Have a great day.